Hey Finance Besties! Welcome back to the Finance Bestie channel, the go-to spot for all your money moves and investment insights. I'm your Finance Bestie, and today, we're unraveling the intricate world of rent-to-rent. But before we dive deep into this financial adventure, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and ring that notification bell so you're always in the loop on the hottest money-making strategies. Now, let's spill the tea. 1. The rent-to-rent strategy unveiled. Alright, let me break down this groundbreaking strategy for you. Rent-to-rent isn't your traditional real estate gig. It's like being a real estate maestro without the hefty upfront costs. Here's the scoop: you find a promising property, negotiate a fixed monthly rent with the owner, sprinkle a bit of your magic, we'll get to that. Find reliable tenants, and manage the whole operation. It's basically becoming a landlord without the property deed. Mind-blowing, right? Now, let me motivate you with a real-world example. Remember that London School of Economics student? Daniel Burton? This guy stumbled upon a gold mine in 2013. He found rental properties where the landlords weren't maximizing their income. He rented them and then sublet them to tenants, raking in a jaw-dropping £35,000 a month. Imagine the possibilities, Finance Besties. So, why should you care about rent-to-rent? Let me give you 3 compelling reasons. Low upfront investment: unlike traditional real estate, you're not shelling out a massive down payment. This is a game changer, especially if you're tight on funds or looking for a low-risk entry into the property market. Positive cash flow potential: the goal here is to negotiate a sweet deal with the property owner and then sublet at a higher rate. If done right, you're looking at positive cash flow from day one. Who doesn't love that? Flexibility in test driving markets: rent-to-rent gives you the flexibility to test different markets without being tied down to a property. Think of it as dipping your toes into the real estate waters without jumping into the deep end. Now, let's talk about how you can make this strategy work for you. It's all about finding those golden opportunities. Start by developing a lead generating system. Understand negotiation tactics, master the art of marketing, and, most importantly, build a reliable team. You're not just a landlord, you're a property entrepreneur. Embrace it! And here's your motivation: if a 25-year-old dropout like Daniel Burton can turn 40 properties into a monthly income of £35,000, imagine what you can achieve with the right knowledge and strategy. Stay tuned for the next segments where we'll dive deeper into the models, benefits, risks, and everything you need to know about rent-to-rent. Ready to be a rent-to-rent maestro? Let's do this! 2. Rent-to-rent models unleashed. You've decided rent-to-rent is your financial ticket, and now it's time to explore the diverse models within this game-changing strategy. Get your notebooks ready because we're about to dive deep. Model 1, Negotiation Guru. Picture this: you persuade a landlord to cut you a deal on the rent in exchange for guaranteed income. Smooth, right? Now, you find a tenant willing to pay the full market rate. The catch? You're on the hook for all costs, late payments, maintenance, the whole shebang. Negotiation skills here are key, Finance Besties. It's like being a real estate maestro, but with a bit of a high-wire act. Model 2, HMO Transformation. You spot a family home, get the landlord's green light, and turn it into a high-yield house in multiple occupation, HMO. For instance, a 3-bed family home becomes a lucrative 5-bed HMO. But beware, Finance Besties, managing HMOs is like spinning plates: it requires finesse and compliance with additional regulations. Yet, the profit potential is tantalizing. Model 3, HMO Management Takeover. This involves renting an existing HMO, becoming the maestro of management, and boosting profitability. It's like getting handed the conductor's baton for a well-established symphony. Less hassle than HMO conversion, but still demands a keen eye for improvements. Model 4, Airbnb Maestro. Think short-term tenants in tourist hotspots. Clean, manage, and profit. Sure, there's work involved, but in high-demand areas like central London, it's a melody of profit waiting to be played. Model 5, Deal Broker. You identify properties with potential and connect eager investors. It's like orchestrating the perfect deal symphony. Earn commissions, charge fees for courses, you're the maestro of opportunity. Now, let's talk profit, Finance Besties. Model 1 could have you raking in £200 per property without hefty investments. HMOs can be lucrative but demand more hands-on management. Airbnb? A cash melody, especially in premium locations. Remember, the location is your stage. The more desirable, the higher the rent, and the easier to attract tenants. So, do the math, understand the risks, and choose your model wisely. In the next segments, we'll unravel the pros and cons, so stay tuned. 3. The benefits and risks. Now that you're well-versed in rent-to-rent models, let's uncover the symphony of pros and cons echoing through this strategy. Pro number 1, no mortgage, no problem. The crown jewel of rent-to-rent, no need to break the bank or navigate the tricky waters of mortgages. This means more financial flexibility and less paperwork drama. Pro number 2, no deposit, no fuss. Say goodbye to hefty deposits. In the rent-to-rent realm, no deposit means more money in your pocket to sprinkle on other financial endeavors. Pro number 3, minimal costs, maximum gains. Unlike the traditional property ownership tango, rent-to-rent keeps your costs low. No stamp duty headaches or conveyancing fees. Just focus on marketing and maintenance. Pro number 4, generate profit at warp speed. For those craving quick financial wins, rent-to-rent offers the fast lane. With no property purchase in the equation, you can move swiftly and start earning from tenants almost immediately. Now, the symphony of cons. Con number 1, no capital growth. But, Finance Besties, every symphony has its minor notes. In the rent-to-rent melody, you miss out on capital growth. Unlike buying, where properties can appreciate, this strategy focuses on the here and now. No future wealth crescendo, just a steady income beat. Con number 2, it's a risky business. Now, onto the staccato beats of risk. You don't own the property, yet you're responsible for potential tenant hiccups and costs. Tenant falls into arrears? You're still footing the rent bill. Landlord decides to sell mid-agreement? Cue the eviction process. It's a roller coaster, Finance Besties, with risks aplenty. Con number 3, the landlord holds the baton. The final note in our cons movement, your fate is in the landlord's hands. They have the final say, and if they decide to sell or fall behind on the mortgage, you're in for a ride. Legal agreements are your armor, but no business venture is risk-free. It's a tango between risk and reward. When entering this symphony, Finance Besties, negotiate wisely. Bills, insurance, and the duration of the agreement, all key movements. Consulting an experienced solicitor is your backstage pass, ensuring you're not left out of tune. We're only scratching the surface of this rent-to-rent symphony. Stay tuned for the next movement, where we explore the art of finding the right opportunities and avoiding the dissonance of illegal subletting. Con number 4, illegal subletting. Rent-to-rent, a legitimate business model, but here's the plot twist, only if you have the landlord's nod of approval. Let's address the elephant in the room, illegal subletting. Let me be crystal clear, renting a property and then subletting it without the landlord's blessing is a one-way ticket to a landlord-tenant drama. While some landlords might turn a blind eye, others won't be as understanding. Eviction could be on the horizon, and no one wants to be part of that storyline. Illegal subletting puts landlords in a precarious position. If they have a buy-to-let mortgage, it's a breach of terms and conditions. The lender could play the villain, calling in the loan. Furthermore, it might even send the landlord's buy-to-let insurance up in flames. So, Finance Besties, whether you're subletting a cozy flat or a sprawling mansion, always seek the landlord's blessing. It's not just about playing by the rules, it's about avoiding a horror story that nobody wants to star in. 4. Looking for the right rent-to-rent properties. So, you're ready to dive into the rent-to-rent game. How do you find landlords willing to dance to your rent-to-rent tune? Let's unravel the strategies. Your local letting agents can be your matchmakers. Explain your rent-to-rent plan, and who knows, they might play Cupid and introduce you to landlords willing to give it a shot. Don't be shy. Sometimes, a direct approach works wonders. Reach out to landlords directly, pitch your rent-to-rent strategy, and see if they're ready to tango. If the beat of house in multiple occupation makes your heart race, target those landlords. Get a list, do a little wooing, and who knows, you might just find your perfect match. The digital realm is your treasure trove. Websites like Rightmove and Zoopla can be goldmines. Hunt for potential rent-to-rent properties, and reach out to the landlords. Don't underestimate the power of social media. Reach out, connect, and let your rent-to-rent intentions be known. You might find landlords more receptive than you think. Now that you've found potential dance partners, it's time to put on your detective hat. Why struggling to find tenants? If a property has been struggling to find tenants, don't just swipe left. Investigate why. Maybe it's just not swiping in the right direction, and you can turn the tide with your rent-to-rent magic. Before you pop the question, know your numbers. Calculate potential rent, costs, and profit margins. This will be your choreography for negotiations. Use the internet as your secret weapon. Check what similar properties are renting for, and sniff around for the demand in the area. Now comes the exciting part, negotiating the rent-to-rent agreement. This is where the magic happens, Finance Besties. Clarify who foots the bill for maintenance. Boiler servicing and minor repairs? That could be on you. But major upgrades? That's the landlord's responsibility. Decide how long you want the agreement to last. Are you in for a short fling, or are you looking for a long-term commitment? Break clauses are your safety net here. When it's time to pen down the agreement, don't navigate the legal maze alone. Consult with experienced solicitors to ensure you're not caught in any unexpected plot twists. And there you have it, Finance Besties. Your guide to finding the right rent-to-rent properties. Stay tuned for more segments. 5. Wrapping it up and your next move. Alright, Finance Besties, we've just scratched the surface of rent-to-rent. Is it a golden ticket to property success or a risky business? Your call. Do your research, explore free resources, and most importantly, learn from others. Share your experiences, and who knows, you might be the next rent-to-rent sensation. And there you have it! Another deep dive into the finance world with your Finance Bestie. If you love this video, give it a thumbs up, drop your thoughts in the comments, and share it with your fellow Finance Besties. Until next time, stay savvy, stay hustling, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye-bye!